Hey, what's up, my soldiers? This is WildBlueYonder, and you guys have given me a bunch of new suggestions on my Snapchat on what I should be doing with my videos, so I'm going to take some of those suggestions today and make a few videos for you guys and girls. Military contracts. So a lot of you all have been asking me questions about your contracts, and a lot of people feel like they're always being kind of shafted, or they feel like they're getting cheated by their recruiters. And sometimes you may feel that way. Sometimes you may feel like you're in a never-ending battle or a losing battle, and that may be true in some cases. Some cases you might have to go to a new recruiter because the one that you're with is completely stubborn. They're completely not willing to deal with you. And you feel like you don't really have a foot in the conversation. When it comes down to negotiating and talking about your contracts, talking about your job, you have to be firm. Even though you might be 17, 18 years old, no experience in adulthood, you have to act like an adult. You have to act like, listen, I know I'm a kid, and I know that I'm walking into your office, I'm sitting in your chair. I have goals, I have determinations, I have things that I want to do. And maybe you don't see it that way because you see just a kid sitting in your chair. And this isn't all cases. You know, there's older people who try to join the Air Force and still feel that same way. But often cases, and in my case, you're a young kid and you're sitting in the chair and you're just trying to make a case for yourself, and it can be very difficult sometimes, especially when you can't even get into the office. Like, you're trying to call them, email them, text them, and you're just not getting anything back. And you're just sitting there like, what the heck is going on? Why can't I just talk to me? And they count on that. They count on the fact that most people, they don't have the determination, they don't have the endurance to just stick with it for a year and a half in some cases. For me, it took, how long did it take me to get into the Air Force? The first time I stepped into the recruiter's office was my senior year, like the beginning of my senior year. I didn't get into the Air Force until a year after I graduated high school. It was March after I graduated high school, so it was almost a full year after. It was about a year and a half from the first time I walked to the office until the time I stepped on the bus heading out to Lackland. And that took a long time. I could have easily walked across the hallway to any of the other branches and probably gotten a lot sooner, but this is what I wanted, and I was determined. Some people, you may be swayed by another branch. You may not be so determined to join the Air Force, which is totally fine. Pick the branch that's going to suit you the best and that you're going to get in fastest, because the faster you get in, the more money, well, not really the more money you can make, but the sooner you can start making money, the sooner you can start making decisions in your life and making moves and getting out of your mom's house and moving and getting away from your hometown. So when it comes down to dealing with your recruiter, I actually made a whole video about dealing with your recruiter, but specifically contracts. You want to really set what you want. You want to set your stipulations. I want this, this, and this. And you may not get the response back. You want to be respectful about it, but you may not get the response back that's like, yes sir, we're going to get that for you. If you're trying to join the Air Force, be serious about what you're trying to talk about, trying to get in for. Say, hey, listen, I want to have a 6-year contract in an electronic field or a cyberspace field, and if you don't have that, then I don't want anything. And sometimes, you know, they might show you where the door is located and usher you right out. And they say, hey, if you're not willing to negotiate with us, we're not going to negotiate with you. And so that's when you have to think, is this really worth it for me to just throw this whole opportunity away just because the only opportunity I want isn't available for me? A lot of people ask me, what did I want to do when I joined the Air Force? And I say, I wanted to be a loadmaster, and that was all I could really see. It just looked like the coolest job in the world. And it was on my list, and I qualified for it for my ASVAB score. But when I went into MEPS, I failed the depth perception test, and I couldn't do it anymore. Now, I could have just said, you know what, I don't want to do this whole Air Force thing anymore. I'm going to go join the Army, I'll be an airborne or something, and I'll do that instead. I could have said that, but obviously I don't want to join the Army. Obviously I don't want to join any other branch, but I realized that the main goal is to join the Air Force, and that's what my recruiter told me, and I totally saw it her way. I was like, you know what, she's kind of right. Even though I might not be in the exact job that I want, I'm in the Air Force still. I'm still getting my benefits, I'm still getting TRICARE, I'm still getting a place to live, a paycheck, a steady income, I can start saving money, and so I saw it that way. Alright, pause the video just for a second here. I want to make one quick comment about what I just said, and I'm editing right now and I kind of realized what I said isn't quite true. I did finally see it my recruiter's way, and I kind of realized the benefits that were in front of me, the opportunity that was waiting for me. I just had to sign the line for just a different job, or I had to just be more open to other jobs, but I didn't see it that way at first. At first I wanted I wanted it my way or the highway. I didn't want to see it any other direction. I was as stubborn as can be, and I now realize, obviously, in hindsight, that that would be a very bad decision, because you're throwing away your whole opportunity just because you don't get it just the way you want to. So, I mean, coming out of high school, you know, I didn't have a whole lot of perspective on what it's like to not get it your way all the time, that it's not high school, and that you can't be babied all the time, especially in the military. And so a lot of you guys who are coming out of high school, get used to not having it your way, especially if you're joining the military. Yeah, you gotta toughen up, and sometimes you gotta cut sacrifices. Sometimes you gotta see it from other people's perspective. The ball's not gonna be in your court, typically speaking, in the grand scheme of things. For most people, doesn't matter how old you are, the ball's probably not going to be in your court. So you kind of have to play to their cards, and that's just how it is. Now, I finally came around to that mentality of, okay, I have to go with them. I have to just do it their way, and at least now I have a job, and it's going to be all right. So just wanted to put that in the video so you guys didn't think that I was just like automatically like into the Air Force, like, all right, whatever, I didn't get it my way, you know, I'm young, and I'm just gonna take this like however it's supposed to be. It didn't really happen that way, but eventually I came around to that mentality, because I know that's how it is. But yeah, back to the video. And a lot of recruiters will tell you that you can cross-train, which isn't that, I mean, it's true, you can cross-train, but it's a little difficult, especially if you're in a job where it's very low manned. If there's not a whole lot of people in your career field, if your recruiter says, oh yeah, just pick any job and you'll be able to cross-train, they're kind of BSing you, because it's going to take 56 months for you to cross-train if you've been in for 6 years, and I can't remember how long for 4 years, but it's still like the bulk of your career you're going to be spending in that first job before you can even apply, and then you're going to have to re-enlist just so that you can spend time in the job that you actually want, if you even get there, if you even get that job. I feel like the top of my head was out of frame that whole video. But thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next time. If you guys have any questions about contracts, if you're having any problems with contracts, leave a comment down below. I will be answering them for like the first 2 days that this video is up. So if you're watching this like way in the future, then you could try to follow me on Snapchat at SnapWildBlue, and I will answer your question there. I'll do my best to. You can also email me at codenamesimmons@gmail.com. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.